What's happening? Of course, you know it's your boy B-Hop Radio shouted. Hey, man, I got my legendary family off in this thing. Big Gipp, James Worthy. What's good with it, fellas?
What's happening?
Hey, man, this new project, Gipp and Worthy, y'all back at it again, man.
Yeah, we back.
15 minutes of straight up funkin' here, fellas.
15 minutes of just feel good.
Exactly.
That's
I had
all
a
it
chance
is.
to marinate on that thing, man. And I mean, I could just tell that y'all were going for something for the players in this thing. I mean, us players need something that we could ride to as well.
Yes.
Man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when y'all came together and started working on this project, first of all, what was it that made y'all get back together in the studio for it and break down the whole creative process behind it?
Well, you know, we always had a good working relationship since, you know, the top of when we was already working. So it was like, look, let's just do a whole project.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But just do something that's gonna feel good, something that's authentic. You know, we ain't chasing nothing. We ain't trying to be like nobody else. You know, we just went in there and just came up with some concepts that we thought would be relatable.
Yeah.
You know, primarily to the women. And we built on that.
Get in here, Gipp. I mean, for the ladies, I mean, you had to just go ahead and let the player. You had to release the player in this thing.
I think that this was the first project that I think that every song, I'm speaking to women, so, you know, like, I really wanted to dive into my emotions and just how I deal with women. I think I never did that before on record. So, you know, James brought it out me, man. We started, you know, like, of course, we started with Night Drive, and then we did his single, TikTok, the last record, and then now we just got another whole new 5 songs. So it's like, for me personally, I think this is my best work.
Ooh.
This is my best work as far as being an MC outside of Goody Mob.
That's right.
You know, totally different from what I do with Goody Mob, and I think the fans themselves is gonna figure out that Gipp has another room that you might need to sit down and learn about.
James, break down the creative process though, man. Those harmonies and all of that good stuff in there. How are you coming up with it, and then how are you relaying it to Gipp to let him know what he needed to bring on the tracks as well?
Man, you know, I'm just a creative, man, so I just go in with concepts all the time, and, you know, whatever works or sticks, it'll stick. But, you know, in this case, we was just in, you know, communication a lot, and I just would call him and be like, look, I got this concept, I got this idea, what you think about it? You know, let's build on this. And then a lot of times I'll demo some stuff, and then I'll send it to him just to see what he would think. And then once we get in the studio, you know, we just perfect it. So that's kind of how we worked it. Like, it wasn't no sending files back and forth. Like, we was in the studio creating it from scratch.
On the east side.
On the east side. On the east side. Yeah.
On Top of the World, Distance, some of my favorites off of the album, man. I mean, break those bangers down to me, man. And what is it that y'all really wanted the ladies to take from this, man?
Shoot, man. I mean, real players don't need money, man. Real players just need time to speak to you.
Come on now.
You know what I mean? And I think that we living in a world right now that everything is so driven by what people got and what people got material-wise, but when it comes to just emotions and just being regular people, I think we've forgotten how to speak to each other.
Yeah.
I mean, go deeper into that for me though, Gipp, because I mean, I've been talking to a lot of young players out here, and it's getting to the point to where they want to rent cars to go and get them an Instagram model because they ain't got the gift of gab no more, man.
Yeah, man, you
Ain't
know,
got no game.
when you listen to, I tell them like this, man, a real player don't lead with his wallet. A real player lead with his style, with his finesse, with his charisma. You know what I mean? And I feel like this, it's like, I just feel like we living in a world where people just have made material things bigger than just real things. And I think that's the reason why this album is going to do so well out here, because we teaching these young cats how to speak to the women again, where a lot of people have forgot about how even to speak to women. I mean, y'all around here having sex to, you know, drill music, man. What's going on, man? like, you know what I mean? It's real common to know that these kids out here really having sex to drill music and shoot 'em up bang bang music. When I listen to Key Sweat, Sade, and I'll Be Sure type stuff to get in that mode. And I think with me and James, I think we're gonna finally get this generation and this time in music, the music they need to listen to start, you know, renewing that relationship with women.
Exactly.
It's a difference between women and little girls.
Come on now.
And that's what we get
in on the nail with that.
We grown folk.
James, how did you link up with Gipp, man?
So, and this, I feel like one day this gonna be the famous story.
I'm here for it.
So basically, at the time I was working with Corrupt.
Yeah.
And Corrupt was pretty much recording at my studio for a while. Mm-hmm. And one day we were working on this record, which turned out to be Top of the World. We were all in the studio, we were working on this record. And he came to me, he said, look, man, what you think about putting Big Gipp on this? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that's different. I would love to see what his tone would be on this. So he like, look, I'm gonna call him. So I'm like, all right, cool. So he called him, he said, look, Gipp gonna be here in 30 minutes. I'm like, all right, cool. So Gipp pulled up, wrote his verse right on the spot, and we were all on that record.
My God.
That's the first record we ever did all together. So it's the first time that I'm meeting him, and also the first time we worked together.
Break down the chemistry though as well, because I mean, for y'all to drop that record and then realize that, hey man, we need to put an EP together behind this thing. I think we got something going in here.
So really, I mean, it was more of a connection thing. You know what I mean? Like we got cool from that first time, and then we just kept in communication. And then I hit him one day. I said, look, man, let's do some more records. You know what I mean? I would love to do some work with you. And that turned into us doing Night Drive. And then from Night Drive, that turned into us doing TikTok for my single. And then we just kept working from there.
Yeah, just talk about the collaborating though, man, because I mean, you are a straight up collaborator from Gipp and Daz, the Goody Mob, James Worthy. I mean, what is it like with you getting in the studio with different artists and just expressing yourself in different ways and stretching yourself out at the same time?
It helps me just stay relevant in a world that's moving so fast, because, I would just tell the young kids right now, man, don't nothing get old but your mind. But if you exercise your talents, that'll take care of you for the rest of your life.
That's right.
It's like in music, you only out of touch when you don't pay attention to it. Musicians get to the point where we want to turn it off and just live a regular life so we can reboot to figure out what's next. And a lot of times, a lot of people, to be able to turn rap back on, turn music back on, and get back into the groove of things and accepting where we are and being able to move with that, a lot of people, they just turn away from it because it's not what they used to.
Yeah.
And with me, I just think it's a challenge to me, because I always want to just let those that speak on the industry needing so much help. I'm an artist that I don't need help. I just got to lock into what I'm doing. And what I write is only special to me. Couldn't nobody really write for Gipp. So when I exercise that and then find somebody as great as James that understands music, melodies, concepts, it makes it easier for me just to be Gipp.
Exactly.